My name is Tony, and this is Pastors in Cars Getting Donuts.
I am driving a 2016 Nissan
NV
NV
3500.
NV 3500 van.
Yes.
That is allowing us to socially distance as we drive.
Amen.
We actually, I got a phone call from someone in our church that was telling us how upset her son was and how bored he was. And she actually asked me if I had any WWE action figures.
Oh.
My immediate response is, why would I have WWE action figures?
You're the fight pastor.
Well, then I paused and realized, but I do have UFC action figures. And she asked if we would sterilize them and bring them to her house so her son would have something to play with. So, that's our mission for today.
Here we go, man. When are we going to get donuts, though? Like, I'm happy for the kid, but
Maybe on the way home.
you guys have broken my diet.
What's this guy's name? Randy Jackson?
No, that's the American
you're-
Idol judge.
Which one are you holding?
The Randy Jackson.
Randy
yes.
Jackson's the
Wait.
judge.
Oh, Rampage.
Rampage Jackson. Oh, you're.
Randy? Nah, dog.
Hey, I got Randy Jack.
Do you like the Yoda backpack?
Nah, man,
I stored
that
today?
just ain't gonna cut it. That just ain't gonna cut it for this.
Where did you get that Yoda backpack? I mean, why do you have that?
I'm really amused that they're in a Yoda backpack.
Actually,
Who's this other guy?
I'm pretty sure Heather Olsen bought it for me when her and Jeremy one time went to Disneyland.
That's
I think it was a gift from her.
Oh.
Yoda, it represents
gosh.
my wisdom.
When did gifts and receiving gifts become your top love language? Is that like when you were a kid? Like you loved your birthday or?
That's a really good question. Growing up, my parents were not spontaneous gift givers. So the only time that my sister and I ever got a gift was on our birthday and Christmas.
Wow.
So when I started having any sort of income whatsoever,
Yeah.
I realized how much fun it was for me if anyone ever got me a spontaneous gift that I wasn't expecting. And so I just started buying people gifts randomly.
Dude, there's a lot of action figures in here.
Hey, when I give gifts, I give good ones.
You do.
I think this is Randy Couture, but he honestly looks like me. I think it could be.
No, that's GSP.
No, this is Morgan Butcher, MMA fighter.
I was actually really nervous that giving those away that they were going to be worth money. But then I remembered that they're out of their package.
Oh. This guy actually looks like Slash. I don't know who he is in real life, but if he had like a little top hat on, it'd totally be Slash.
Do you want to know the most insulting thing that was ever said to me about those UFC fighters?
Yeah.
Okay, so those things have been proudly displayed in my office for years.
Yeah.
And we were packing up our office for one of our moves, and Di's assistant, Savannah Shaw. Savannah
sweet
is like
Savannah.
she is the sweetest
human.
being that
Yeah.
maybe God has ever created.
She's not sin.
Now, I want to just publicly say that I think Savannah is absolutely the greatest. She is adorable,
Yep.
sweet, love her.
Yep.
But she asked Di this question. Pastor Di, what do I do with Pastor Brandon's dolls? She referred to my UFC fighter action figures as dolls.
You got like Ken, Barbie, UFC action figures, Yoda. You got the whole setup.
Did you know that ever since then, I've put them in storage because I do not play with
Oh
dolls.
my gosh. Now, tell me a little bit
Doll
about.
pastor.
So I met you 10 years ago when the fight pastor thing
Doll
was really
pastor.
starting to hit its stride. Were people offended when that was your name at first, or that's the name you chose?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that, like, people outside of the church weren't offended, like Church Universal.
Yeah.
But there was, like, a small percentage, like a very loud minority of church people that were offended because they didn't like the juxtaposition of
Sure.
fight and pastor together.
Sure.
They didn't like it.
Because Jesus never fought.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I would hear things like, I mean, I had many lectures on Jesus being a pacifist, and all kinds of things like that. And so I actually did an entire sermon series called The Ultimate Fighter.
That's when I came to the church.
And every message started with a UFC fighter, like actually pretty prominent ones, doing a shout out to our church and, you know, sharing scripture, whatever. And I talked about the story of David and how David was known from beginning to end as a fighter. And then I had made this analogy that Jesus was actually the greatest fighter. And in fact, he defeated death, hell, in the grave.
Oh,
tell them.
Gotta preach, brother.
They didn't accept it.
No.
Well,
I mean,
you know, my favorite thing was that people literally thought that we were setting up an octagon in the middle of our auditorium, and that you were fighting people in the middle of services.
I know. The rumors that were going out were insane. I'm assuming. Yeah, when I was in the middle of this, I would have reporters that would want me to do interviews. I was offered multiple reality TV shows because everybody thought I was a pastor who was also a fighter. And then they would come and literally an entire film crew would show up and they would say, "So can we go to your gym?" And I would say, "My weight bench in my garage." And they would be like, "You fight, right?" And I said, "No, I'm a pastor." "Well, you're called the fight pastor." And I would say, "No, I pastor fighters." Many people were disappointed.
Maybe your name should have been the Fighter Pastor.
The fighter.
So there was a documentary called Fight Church that came out, and I was originally going to be the primary character in this entire documentary. In fact, you can watch it on Netflix. And they came and did like 5 days worth of interviews for me. And then when eventually the documentary came out, I just got a thanks and wasn't featured in it because I didn't fight. I didn't do anything controversial. All I did is love fighters.
You weren't even the IMDb? Like, they didn't even put you on the page?
I'm on the IMDb.
Oh,
I do have an as a special thanks.
Wow.
What a building it is. You know, I remember, you know, when we went to Vegas, Brandon, and you were like in the middle of your Fight Pastor season, and it was me, you, Christian, Nick Bogner, Travis, and we got a limo from the airport to the Mandalay Bay, and we get off the airplane.
All 5 minutes.
One of my favorite moments is we're walking around looking for the little name placard, because I think somebody got it as a gift for you, right?
Yes.
And the guy for the limo, his name placard said Flight Pastor.
It did. I have a picture of me being referred to as the flight pastor.
And so that's forever when we went from fight to flight.
Yep.
Fight to flight.
I would say it's more accurate of my fighting. I would rather fight.
There's no shame in
I
that.
think you're more of a pacifist.
I just think he's a lover. You know,
I really
deep
do
down,
think
I
you're
think
a lover.
Gills is a lover, man.
Hey, I have been watching the TV show All American, and
Oh my gosh.
3 times an episode, I'm bawling like a baby.
Okay, it's supposed to do that to you? Because I thought you said this was going to be funny.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good.
It's-
And I have been on the verge of tears multiple times in the past 24 hours.
The dynamic of that husband and wife together, the kid, the fact that it's a true story,
It really reminds me a lot of One Tree Hill.
It reminds me of the OC.
Oh, okay. I didn't
And
watch
a
that.
mixture of the OC and Friday Night Lights, a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe One Tree Hill too. You're right.
It's
They're all
got the
same.
sports and the different, it's family dynamic. It's really good,
You
though, man.
realize
You gotta watch
both
it.
publicly just
man.
acknowledged you guys were avid watchers of the OC.
No,
in
I
One
never
Tree
watched
Hill.
the OC.
Okay.
One
I
Tree Hill's
watched
different.
I had my entire shoulder replaced and couldn't leave my house for 6 weeks. Kind of like what everybody's
Oh.
experiencing in the next couple days.
Quarantine. Yeah.
And so Chris Boone recommended, in fact, he didn't just recommend it, he brought it over to my house. his
That's when you know.
DVD versions
Oh,
of the
wow.
OC. And I was on a lot of pain meds
Oh,
at
my
the time.
gosh.
And on a lot of pain meds, the OC was great.
Yeah. I watched that in 7th
Only
grade.
on pigments.
So you really do like All American. You give me such a bad time
no,
about
I
it.
really well, because I had the stomach bug this weekend, and so I literally started binge watching it, and just like It's so good. Like from the first episode, I got. Usually, if I'm not hooked by like the first episode of a TV show, I just don't even watch it.
The interesting thing too with it is the acting of the first episode wasn't great, but their acting gets progressively better,
It's
and you
actually
just
really good.
fall in love with those characters.
I'm really a big fan of Coop. I'm a big Coop fan.
Oh, she's amazing.
Coop.
Apparently, she's like a famous rapper. That's what Elijah told me. But since I'm not really into music, I wouldn't know.
I feel like deep down in Brandon Beals is this guy who probably really wants to love rap music but can't because it like will rot your soul if you continue to listen to it. Were you ever like big into rap?
I can quote just about from the album Licensed to Ill every
gosh.
word from that Beastie Boys album.
Wow.
I also really liked Run DMC. I was into Houdini, LL Cool J.
Oh my gosh!
Houdini?
There are so many things I've learned about you in the last few episodes that I've known you for 10 years. I would have never known this stuff.
No, I prefer 80s heavy metal. I mean, music peaked with 80s heavy metal. I fully believe Def Leppard rocks.
You ever listen to, is it Striker?
Striper?
Striper.
No, that was back when Christians were trying
When
to
Christians were doing heavy metal?
No, it was Christians back like in the 80s, early 90s, because there was this huge dichotomy between Christian and secular.
Yeah.
So they started copying really good secular artists and doing Christian music.
Yeah.
And it was just always terrible. Striper was terrible. Terrible.
I thought that's what like Hoobastank was. Hoobastank. You remember Hoobastank? Hoobastank, and what was the other
Apple
one?
City.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was one Christian heavy metal band that was sort of good.
Who's that?
They were called Guardian. They were
Okay.
all right. Their first album was pretty good. And I actually, this is like, because I got saved in high school,
Yeah.
and I was a little like kind of headbanger
Yeah.
beforehand. I kind of liked Petra before I got saved. Their music always made me feel weird.
Petra.
Wow.
It was just
Yeah.
very happy music.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just reminded me of this, but
Right.
this weekend, do you know, so we've been without sports for what, 14 days?
Oh my
Something like
gosh.
that.
I'm watching ESPN 8, the Ocho.
They
right
had
now.
the Ocho is on.
Yeah, they brought back the Ocho.
I watched the World Series of Tetris for
Who won?
longer than 20 minutes. And I'll tell you what, I literally, yeah, I watched at least 5 matches.
You know what is amazing is with real sports not being available, like gamers are like,
Oh,
they're thriving.
Are you
they're all the
seeing
rage.
all of these professional athletes getting into streaming right now, streaming video games, playing Fortnite and 2K? You're gonna just keep going. I would love to see you as a streamer. I think that'd be fun.
Isn't that what I'm currently doing?
No, but like with a video game, with like the headset and the camera and like thanking people for their donations and like,
If I start, I have such an obsessive personality
oh,
that if I start playing video games over this, my
Yeah.
wife will never get me out of my bonus room. All I'll do is have food and eat and drink soda and play video games and not shave, and
Brandon will come.
I'll become that guy. And
You'll be
my
that
wife,
guy.
you know how I said one of the episodes that my wife constantly makes me feel guilty just living
Yes.
with her? I can't even imagine how I
Oh.
would feel. She would be so ashamed. So I can't even start.
I can't imagine the smell of that room.
Brandon will come out of this coronavirus season being single pastor.
The whole world will be like moved on, coronavirus will be healed, everything will be life is normal, and I will just be opening up the door, looking around, wondering what's going
Brandon
on.
will come out looking like Chris Farley. Just
I don't
die.
know if I should even be saying this, but one of my best friends is Daniel Carpenter, our Celebrate Recovery director.
Yeah.
And I'm the kid. I mean, I have never drank, I've never smoked, I've never done drugs. I got married a virgin. I mean, I
Yeah.
was like straight and narrow as a person can be my entire life.
Yeah.
Daniel Carpenter he loves me, and he says, Brandon, you are secretly an addict, you just don't know it.
Oh
So
my
he
gosh,
said, don't
you're gonna go
ever
straight.
start anything this way,
Yeah.
because he said you have that type of personality.
Wow.
So I'm just taking his word for
Yeah.
it, never doing anything wrong.
That's a good call. It is interesting how you can find yourself just diving so deep into something.
Was he insulting me when he said that?
No, I don't think that's an insult. I think that's just that's a good friend right there. I think that's a good friend. This is a nice area. I've never been back here before. These cows on the
Is
side
that
of the
Jacob
road.
and Leslie's cows?
Do they
Yeah.
have cows?
I would live over here if I didn't have to do the yard work.
I don't even know where I am.
Actually, no, you're gonna go. Yeah, left. Yeah, you know, I would. Oh Lord.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my goodness, that Subaru almost just clipped us.
Well, count it even after we
Again,
almost clipped
if
Prius.
Mo Butch got out of the van, that dude would run.
He'd give you the keys to his Subaru.
He'd meet One Punch Butch.
I'm wearing a button-up shirt today. I don't think I'm very intimidating.
Oh, look at these kids fighting. Look at this dad. This
What in the
dad
world?
is literally watching these kids box.
Oh my
This is
God.
MMA
Dude, that's
right
literally
there.
my
Look
Puma
at this
suit that I
gym.
need.
He has an outside gym.
And he's clapping as his kids are beating each other up.
Dude, where are we?
This is their house, guys. I told you, it's a
Dude,
compound.
there's literally cows on the side of the road. There's literally a dad teaching his kids how to
No,
fight in the
you're
front
gonna go,
yard.
You're gonna take a right. It's down there.
I would live in that house.
I came here for a snow day once, and we went sledding. They have this epic hill. Oh, right here. Take a right.
I can't believe
That's their house.
How do I turn around?
You don't.
I just gotta
You got a backup cam
take
on
the
this
world's
thing.
largest van and back it up.
Yeah. Okay, Morgan, make sure you're wearing gloves. You know.
Bro, I'm wearing the gloves.
We do
Okay,
wanna
but I
practice.
want the
Did you-
Yoda backpack back, so just give him the action figures.
Buy extra small.
I feel like glove.
I feel like a frog.
That's fine. All right, let's go give this kid the toy. Is he joining us? I don't know. These are his toys. Oh, whatever. I'll take the credit. 6 feet.
6 feet, guys.
6 feet.
Somebody left the mower bag out.
6 feet. Hello? Hello, young man. How are you?
We come bearing gifts
We have something special for you, son.
in this bag.
Wow, I really like his pajamas.
Our
by the way.
action figures
Well,
Nice.
for Coco.
These are our day jammies.
I love
Those
them.
are nice.
Wow.
What do you want to swag? Show them how they. You want to show them how you walk in them?
Yeah, show us, son.
Show us the walk.
Woo!
Hey,
Oh!
okay.
Look at
Oh!
I see you, brother. I see you, brother. Okay, so first we have Chuck Liddell.
Famous UFC
world
fighter.
class-
Whoa! Have these been Lysoled?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
oh.
Rubber gloves.
Hey,
Yeah.
only safety first.
They're probably still
cool.
Lysol.
You can call me. I don't know.
Mr. Safety.
I don't know who this is, but he looks like Slash.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, if you put a little top hat on him, maybe you
Yeah.
can put a little top hat on him.
That's awesome.
There's this guy.
Can
That's
you
called-
believe that our pastor has dolls? Isn't that funny? What do you think about our pastor?
He should have
playing
got out
with
of the
dolls?
car.
He's gonna love watching.
What do you think about our pastor playing with dolls?
It's kind of awesome, huh?
Huh? Is it funny?
Here's this guy. His name's Shane O'Neill.
Hmm.
That's his name. Here's
Ooh, Sinead O'Connor.
Randy Barber.
Oh.
I mean Randy Jackson
Randy Jackson.
or Rampage Jackson. This I think actually
Mike
kind of looks
Tyson.
like me.
Not Morgan.
I think this is actually
Do you
the
wanna
Morgan
call that
Butcher.
one Morgan?
They both have the cul-de-sac.
But his name is actually Randy Couture.
How do you know this?
I know a little bit about it. It's because I had to follow Beals around at the Mandalay Bay when he got everyone's signatures.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All
You
right.
mean
I
you
carried his
mean
binder.
fight pastor?
Yes.
Hashtag fight pastor.
You know what
Hashtag
kind of
fight
confuses me? It's coming out of Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoda.
Yoda.
Yoda's the carrier of all.
Yeah.
And then this is the last guy. His name is Tyson Fury.
Oh, all right. Awesome.
I don't think that's his name either.
Awesome.
There you go,
What
man.
do
Now
you
you got
say?
some
Thank
things.
you.
Yeah. Hey.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Have a
wow.
great day. You
Fight
know,
Pastor loves
do
you.
your homework, brush your teeth, read the Bible, easy on the toilet paper. That's it.
Yeah,
Life's
we're in
gonna
a
be
shortage.
fine.
We're in a shortage, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna be great,
Shortage
buddy.
of toilet paper.
Be nice to your mom. Honor your mother and father. Read the Ten Commandments.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
See ya.
You think that kid is like, God, what a pastor. He gives me toys and then
I think he's
tells me how to live
I
my
think his
life.
brother's probably thinking, hey, why didn't I get anything?
That poor kid, he's just standing in the back
He
like,
just wanted a toy so bad.
forget these guys. You really missed the look on the kid's face. It was sheer
Oh,
joy.
Hey, I was encouraging the dad.
And the mom only had the best things to say about you.
Oh, I can imagine.
She only said the best things about our pastor. You know,
You can go straight back.
real culture of honor. You know, that's what I feel.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Leslie Davis, even if she's mean to me, has always been one of my absolute favorite people ever.
Oh, she always will be. Oh, look, a little library. Leave
Oh,
a
should
book.
we leave a book? Or should we take a book?
We should have left the Bible because we're
Oh.
pastors. It's the book we
The only
read.
thing we have is my Yoda backpack.
My question is,
Sorry,
how many
Mom.
people are going to take and leave a book at the end of a cul-de-sac?
Yeah. Oh, there's a bug. Oh my. It's out. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. Listen, you guys can't shake your heads. And also,
Was that a
Should we
oh
stop
my
and film
gosh.
the dad beating
Oh
up?
We should have given these kids the
look
UFC
at
fighters.
that gym. He has an outdoor gym.
I don't even know what
This
this
kid is.
smokes.
We are in Snohomish.
I'm scared for my life.
This
right
kid
now.
was beating the crud out of the other kid.
Do you think that mom's gonna come home after
How
a
do
long
I
day
get
work
out of
and
here?
just be
Do I
like,
just go the
You
way
took
we
a
came?
right. Yeah.
happened?
Oh, that's a blue bird.
Man, we're in the wilderness.
I wish I was that guy who knew my birds. Like, oh, that's a mockingbird.
For sale. I could buy that house and live there.
You know,
yeah.
Lindsay and Leslie,
Yeah,
we
you
almost
could.
bought a house out here with them.
I don't know if I want the house with the tarp over the.
The
fireplace.
chimney?
Oh, the
Yeah.
chimney.
Probably.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Di
A
A
would
windmill
have
in a yard, would that fit my personality?
No.
No.
I mean, we could buy you some Carhartts. Maybe that
Oh, I would love to see Pastor Brandon transform to Snohomish Brandon.
I lived in
Carhartts.
Snohomish for almost 10 years.
Romeo's.
I don't think where you lived was.
That was.
I lived
I
in
don't think we-
Greenleaf, but
yeah,
it was
that's
still
not.
Snohomish.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think we can count that as snow.
Yeah, I mean, we can count it. You paid your taxes, but.
I had an acre.
Remember when Judah literally just took a machete to your backyard and chopped like a whole trail through thorn bushes?
Yeah, that wasn't my yard. That was the native growth.
Oh, Judah. Doesn't care about the environment.
You mean the ones that they put up signs up and say like, protect our forests?
Yes, he built himself a little trail.
He goes,
Protect the wildlife.
My favorite thing about my son Judah is, I mean, he's the perfect, like, he's 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo, does great in tournaments, everything. He feels no pain. Like, the entire time that kid's been alive, he doesn't feel any pain. Like, he's
Savage.
the kid that could have severed a limb and walk in the house and say, act like nothing happened.
oh man, I got a paper cut the other day in the office, and I almost called my mom to tell her this is it.
You started crying because there was a bug in the van.
Okay, now that I have you guys with me, I have a bone to pick with you guys,
Why?
and not with Pastor Kyle.
Why?
I left the car. I just watched yesterday's episode. I left the car to go donate food to a hardworking nurse in our church. Bring her a hot meal. The minute I left the car, the two of you just start railing on me.
Kyle is the one that asked the question.
Did you even ask who asked the question?
Kyle says, what's your favorite
First
Tony
off-
Matar story?
No one has talked about the incident at Owen's cabin in like 5 years.
I didn't even know about it. That was
One
classic.
And
of
the
the-
women's wetsuit, there was no other suit. What was I gonna wear? What was I gonna wear?
It wasn't the women's wetsuit. It was Morgan describing Nemo.
My arm was dislocated. I had to get out of the water. I just was so furious with the two of you.
Where do I go?
You're gonna take a right.
I mean, it was either that or the story of you playing basketball, so I don't know which one. I think that one's actually worse. I think the Nemo story's worse.
I just was shooketh.
Can I tell the other story of you dislocating your shoulder?
No, I don't
You
wanna-
did it again?
It was the initial.
That was
and
actually
I
the
did
second
not
one.
tear my ACL standing up. It was a pre-existing condition I had, and it was my meniscus. Thank you.
It's all the same.
No. Gosh.
I love you, Tony.
Well, you know.
Oh, no, I love you, man.
You know what? If you guys left the car, I would have probably said, Pastor Brandon and Morgan, what men of faith, love their wives.
You just talked about delivering toys that I gave to a family, and in all likelihood, the mom made fun of me.
Oh, she sure did. You'll watch it on Facebook. It'll be cool.
Shake back everything nice I said about
She's
Leslie.
got a nice house, though. Did you see the inside?
It's beautiful.
Really well decorated.
It's like she has like a TV show about like making homes nice or something.
It's almost like she has
It's
like
crazy.
someone she knows that's really good at decorating.
Okay, I just caught up on that show because I don't have cable, so I've been watching online. And did Jeff Lawrence cry when he saw his house, his rental?
Oh, after it had
It
got
sure looked like he was tearing up.
Maybe it was.
I get it. I'd be emotional. Well, hey, that's it for this week's episode of Pastors and Cars Getting Donuts. We love you guys. We'll keep these coming as much as we can. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.